So right now we're standing in the Home Depot shopping center. What I'm seeing right now is a lot of empty parking spaces.
Ian Grooms is a lifelong resident of Clairemont. We meet at a shopping center at Genesee and Balboa Avenues, where city planners are proposing what they call a community village. Acres of asphalt could be replaced with a mix of apartments, retail, offices, and public plazas. Grooms is all for it.
I think it's important for us as a city to turn underutilized parking spaces into possibilities. There are so many people who can't even afford to live in Clairemont. They can't afford this $1 million neighborhood.
Grooms developed an interest in urban planning after watching his neighbors rise up in opposition to a number of affordable housing developments in Clairemont. We see one of them just across the street.
So many people were concerned about that development. They were concerned that it was going to, ruin the character of our neighborhoods. And then what is it doing? It's actually providing a roof over people's heads. It's allowing people who are at risk of homelessness to have a home at night.
Despite all the additional density proposed for central Clairemont, the vast majority of the neighborhood would still be zoned for low-density single-family homes, including this neighborhood, right across the street from the Blue Line trolley.
I feel it's more of a political capitulation than it is smart policy making.
Nicole Capritz is executive director of the nonprofit Climate Action Campaign. She recalls more than a decade ago, San Diego was debating whether to allow taller and denser development around the future trolley stations in western Clairemont. Taxpayers were spending $2 billion extending the Blue Line, and the city wanted to let more people live within walking distance. But the backlash from homeowners was fierce.
People's belief in the worst case scenario from their perception sort of drove the conversation. And I think then it made the city uncomfortable and nervous and kind of shrink back.
Capritz appreciates the small pockets of density the city is proposing immediately adjacent to the trolley stops. But she says it's not enough. San Diego has one of the most popular light rail systems in the country, according to national ridership data. Banning apartments or even townhomes just a 5-minute walk from that transit doesn't make sense to her.
The city has goals around housing, which they're nowhere close to meeting. The city has goals for how they're going to reduce carbon pollution, which they're nowhere close to meeting. And we have this deepening affordability crisis. And so when you marry all of these challenges, the city can't respond with small fixes.
The debate over transit-oriented development is not isolated to Clairemont. State lawmakers, frustrated by the slow pace of home building, have proposed SB 79. It would overrule local zoning to allow apartments of up to 6 stories within a quarter mile of a trolley stop.
We need more affordable housing in California, but Senate Bill 79 is not the answer.
This video from a group called United Neighbors shows AI-generated images of towers popping up in suburban neighborhoods.
SB 79 will impact everyone, everywhere. We don't need to ruin the neighborhoods we have to get the affordable housing we need.
We have valleys and different topography that only local people know.
Marcella Bothwell of Neighbors for a Better California says local planners know better than state lawmakers what their communities need.
When you're in Sacramento, you don't know what's going on the ground. You don't know the topography. You don't know the conditions or concerns. And so you have to listen to people who are living there.
I distinctly remember coming to this parking lot to pick out my Christmas tree every year.
As Ian Grooms enters the workforce, he's left wondering whether his life in Clairemont will become just a childhood memory.
As somebody who just graduated college, it's extremely important for me to find an affordable home. I can't afford many of the homes in our region, and for me this is about making sure that I can live in the city that I love and in the community that I love.
The Clairemont Community Plan update is expected to go before the City Council in the fall. SB 79 awaits a vote in the State Assembly. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.